All right, Kenman here. Today we've got another one from Poikilo, the Fred the Lug collection, kind of completing the set of the last one that he sent. We appreciate Fred for sending us some of his really cool knives from his collection. Poikilo sent him home with a few of these to pass around to some of us. I appreciate Fred and Poikilo for the opportunity to check out some of their knives today. I apologize in advance, Poikilo. I am not a fan of this one here. We did open it up on the live stream. I'm a lefty. I have issues. No offense to them. I really like the company. They make some cool stuff, great designs. You got to innovate, you got to create, you got to come up with stuff. But once in a while, you got to take the criticism and see how you can grow and change and what you come up with next. Really nice patches that they have on there. Poikilo's got really cool design. The embossed, the double stitched. These pouches are really cool. I like them quite a bit. We're going to go ahead and set that over there. They also come with a really thick, nice cloth. Good, heavy duty stuff. They have high quality knives. They are very well made. So again, I hate to talk bad or down about it, but we'll talk about it. I've reviewed a lot of knives, some things you love, some things you don't. Here we are. This is the Poikilo VK Zen with the DLC coating. Soak it in. This is one of my main issues. Here's the opening. It has a thumb stud, but only on one side, and I'm a lefty. Come on. There you go. So it's a little tight for me opening up. I've had a few scares. We'll talk about it here. This is a beautiful knife. It's unfortunate sometimes that designs are the way that they are. I'm going to probably open it up more often than not like that than any other way. But let's soak this in. The Poikilo VK Zen DLC coating does not appear on the website. This is new. As I said, Poikilo kind of sent Fred out with a couple new designs. It's cool that we get to check it out. I will have a link to Poikilo down in the description. You can check out all their really amazing stuff. But I believe now this is the Poikilo Zen. We have a DLC coated blade on there, M398 on that blade as well. So the thumb stud is only on one side. You cannot swap it to the other side. Where it shows up on the blade is further down than where the lock bar is. And because I'm a lefty, when I put any pressure on that lock bar, I can't flick it out. So I can't open it as a lefty because there's no lefty option. And I can't flick it as a lefty because it's the little pressure on the lock bar. So that is kind of the main downfall because my issue is I'm left-handed. Someone who's a righty might just absolutely love this knife. So I can't put any fault on that it's more of a righty design. Starting there. I don't like thumb studs where they are only on one side. I mean, that is a big reason, but I kind of like a uniform kind of look where the thumb stud is on both sides. So that kind of, I prefer that ability or that look. We've got the DLC coating on everything, and then we do have the anodized hardware on the pivot with those nice little accent silver spots. We have the anodized thumb stud and then the clip as well and the back spacer. We do have a lanyard hole back there. Let's try to see if I can get a nice... See? There we go. I got it. The way I'm holding it, I put pressure on that lock bar. I've had a few times where I open it, my thumb finishes like right here. So it's just kind of the way I hold it, it scares me that I'm going to slide my thumb up and just cut it on and open. We'll try one more, try to stay off the lock bar on the back. So I got to hold it a little different. There, I can flick it out. So there's kind of a learning curve on there. And being a lefty, it kind of, isn't really for me. But we'll still review this knife. I'm going to still give it some positives. Just that opening style of the design kind of gets me. So we have that DLC coating on there. Looks really nice. That's a super strong coating. M398 blade with that on there. That is going to just last. You can't really scratch that with anything that has a lighter rating than that DLC, which is a pretty high hardness on there. You have the little Maker's Mark logo on that side, Poikilo on this side. It does say M398 right there on the kind of the choil of the blade. We have some jimps, but you know me, I love a lot of jimps. Little dot jimps on here, which look cool, and you can feel them, but they don't have a lot of grip or texture to them. I would jimp the whole thing, make those holes a little bit bigger. They have a few of them right there on that back spacer as well. They do feel nice and they look cool. I like that design as accent. I just wish they would be a little bit bigger, and I like a lot of jimps, so I pretty much say every knife needs more jimps on it. What do we think about this design? Anyone have one of these? Let's see if I can even, there. If I hold it like that away from the lock bar, I can flick it open. Can I flick it down low? No. Almost on the right side. Boom. Just flicked it off of the bottom of the floor. You got to be careful with that sometimes because you don't want to push it. If you're doing that and you're pushing hard, you could push the blade up against the frame and potentially scratch it. I don't think that's going to be an issue with the DLC coated one. And that's not really a traditional way that they would say you're opening that. You're basically keep that pressure off the lock bar and then thumb stud it open. Does get a little narrow in the back. I like a wider base on the handle with my larger hand, so it kind of gets a little small, and it's just right on that edge where my pinky doesn't fall off, but it's just kind of wish there was a little bit, like if it was like that, I'd feel a lot more comfortable with the grip. So these are just kind of the things. Forward choil, similar in space. It could be a little bit larger, so you have a less chance of riding up. There isn't really a lot of grip on there to kind of keep you from kind of sliding forward. The design, it's kind of shaped like a Superman shard and Superman's fortress, you know, put that in there. Wow, dating myself here. Like I've seen a bunch of Supermans, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, come on. Again, not really for me. Struggle with this one a little bit, but it is a cool shape. Blade is centered nicely. Not a lot on the jimps, just those right there. Blade is solid, of course. No play. It's a high quality made design right there. All right. Check out my other videos. I've reviewed another Poikilo, and then I've checked out a few when we were in Blade Show, and have had nothing but a good experience with them. Great people at Poikilo, cool company with a lot of fun designs. I want to make sure to reiterate that this one isn't really one that's for me, but their other ones are. So don't neglect checking out Poikilo just because I don't really care for this knife. 7 3/8 end to end, 3 1/4, almost 3 1/2 straight across on the blade length, and 3 1/8 on the cutting surface with a slight curve on the belly. It almost looks like it's got a straight edge from here to here and then a curve out. And 4 1/4 on the handle. .11, .1, yeah, that 1 basically goes right to there, and then you've got the taper. The point is on a great spot, very thin, good tip, right in a good placement for doing some draw cuts and stuff like that. It does feel good in the hand for getting in and just doing some simple work like that. Handle .45. Right here, 0.9, out at the end here, 0.65, thickest part of the blade, 1.03. Battery still flashing, doesn't want to give up. So everyone is different. Everybody has different tastes. Some people like heavy knives. Some people like light knives. Big knives, small knives, thick knives. Which ones do you like? Talk about it in the comments below. This one is just not really my cup of tea. 3.25, but man, it could be perfect for you for all I know. 3.29, almost the same size and weight on the drop bear compare. Brought to you by Drop Bear Compare. Yeah. 3.24 on the weight. All right, come on, give me a couple good ones here. I've had a couple just really close to putting my thumb right on the blade. So here we are, brought to you by Kaiser, the Drop Bear Compare. Work in progress. I don't know, I've been using this Drop Bear for a while, and I accidentally said the Drop Bear Compare on the other video, and now it might stick. Comment below, what do you think? Drop Bear is a great daily user. Got the Kaiser clutch lock on there, just good, solid. Tons of jimps, like I was saying, I love. Same size as your Pyrite, your bug outs. And almost the same as this Poikilo. The handle is pretty much about identical. Blade on the Poikilo might be an 8, just a little teeny bit longer on the tip, just a little bit more of a point to it there. Check out that Kaiser Drop Bear if you are interested, though. It is a cool knife. Solid knife. Boom. All right. So, Poikilo, the VK Zen with the DLC coating. Pretty much new. Poikilo sent these off with Fred at Blade Show, so they haven't been around too much. A couple people have seen them, but they are pretty much brand new. We'll do a little cut test here. Ooh. Wow, it looks like it's got a little burr on that spot right there. The initial start is nice. There we go. All right. Kind of maybe work that burr off, those first couple of cuts there. Now it seems to go through pretty well. Give that about a 8, 7.5, 8. It is kind of weird because it's got, see this? The sharpening is interesting. Because it does. Is that just me, or does it look like it goes straight right there? Then it curves up. So that'll end up probably just slowly becoming a natural curve as you sharpen this. I'll give it a 7.5, 8 on the cut, though. Not too bad. Right out of the box, you can't always expect a sharp edge. Just because it wasn't sharp right away doesn't mean you can't put a screamer on there. Interesting, cool design. Got some issues as far as if you were a lefty, I'd probably pass on this. Not being able to really open it with the left hand really kind of breaks it. Slow or bad, small back end and not a lot of jimps. Just not really my design. Poikilo, these are the things I like. If you're looking to design something for me, I know, far-fetched. I'm just kidding. That last one I checked out, though, I'll link that one up in the corner there. Go watch that. Very cool design. That other one that Fred sent alongside this one. Good stuff from Poikilo. Interesting stuff. Weird stuff. Stuff that's for you. Stuff that's for me. Everything in between. Thanks again to Fred and Poikilo for sending this out for me to check out. I appreciate it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.